Today is October 7th, 2023, 3:41 a.m. It is a challenge, and I pray that God. Okay, so there is this scene in a picture, and there is a single footprint in the sand near the ocean. And it says there, I was carrying you through all your footsteps. And I know that my progress is all based on His grace. There's nothing else. Because there are so many things that are surrounding me that is so powerful that impacts the way that I walk. And I know that even though it looks like I'm the one in control walking through life, He has been carrying me. So I am very thankful that God has carried me through today, and thankful that He will carry me until I meet Him in the future. For now, I focus on what I need to do in order to allow myself to move into a better place. Therefore, I look at this stock and then see what things that I need to do in order to understand how to take advantage of the chart formation. Okay, now this in the future is going to help me understand how to view this and take advantage of it. Okay, so when I look here in the beginning here at the onset, it dips a little bit, and the moving averages are reflective of its movements. And as I have become more aware of what the essence of these moving averages are doing, as well as the Vwap. Vwap is actually representing something that's very similar to what these things are doing, these moving averages are doing. And so right here, it's difficult to pinpoint exactly how this point is reflecting the direction of the stock. So if I look here, I do a 3-minute chart formation, and I'm moving beyond as much as possible. And this is a stock called Tesla. For the past several days, it's been favorable movements. So if I go to the 5-day chart, and if I look here, it goes right here to maybe the Monday. What is that? So Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So it reaches somewhere around at the close of close of Monday's trade. So much of these levels are based on the previous day's lows and highs and certain critical levels, and I'm matching these things to understand and have a fairly decent idea of the impact of major points. So if I look here, that's the 200-day moving average, right there, 200. And this is the 100. That's the 50. And that's the 20. And that's the 9-day. And this is the VWAP right there. That's the VWAP. And one of the interesting things that happens after it dips in the morning, this is the close. It dipped. It dipped. So it opened lower beyond previous day's low, which meant it was bearish because there was some non-farm roll payroll information, and that impacted the stock's opening. And after that, the stock, in hindsight, moved higher to recover from previous day's close. So it moved towards the previous day's close. So if I look here, there's a point at the morning point where the VWAP was crossed, which meant that it was actually becoming bullish. So that is an indication that when a stock goes above the VWAP, that means that it has a trending capability of being bullish. So here is the point where it becomes bullish. Right here. Here's a point where it crosses. And here's the point where it bounces off that area of interest with the VWAP. That's the first place of a major interest that has a respect in the VWAP. Okay, that's the respect with the VWAP line. Here, if I look here, it does the same thing right here. It respects it again and respects it again. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then finally it starts to take off. That means that the VWAP has a couple of different characteristics. One, the stock being on top and then bouncing off of the VWAP, it indicates that, first of all, number one, the stock is respecting the VWAP. Second, because it's on the other side of the VWAP, it is moving up and bullish. Okay, that's what happens. And then here, that's the first area of that's the first important indication of the direction of the stock. That's important because it's giving me ideas on how to trade. Okay, it's telling me, okay, so it's bouncing off of here. It means that it is a significant factor in my trade. And so even the moving averages are moving up, and the next major point is this is the area of pullback. Okay, so that's another area of pullback. Okay, so this is an interesting area because it moves into territory where the previous day's open close is, and so that is another area of interest. And so when it moves within a certain area, that means that there is a significant interest in what the stock is going to do. And so that's it right there. Okay, right there. So for this part and for this day, that represents a couple of different area of interest that tells me, okay, right here, it may or may not respect this line of previous day's close, and its behavior will be reflected on how it treats that significant level. And here, it essentially reacts as a resistance, and when it goes up, it acts as essentially as support, as it did across even after hours. So essentially, there were a couple points of interest which essentially provided a long trend predicted based on the VWAP, as well as essentially and primarily based on the respect of the VWAP for the stock. So what I could have done was seen this, this, and this, or I could have seen this, gotten in, wrote it up, and looked at it with the stop loss being at this point. And if it keeps bouncing off, then I could have it could have been a long trending day that I could have taken advantage of. And at this point, what I could have done is take profits at around here, based on observing the stock and this at about 11:30, which is essentially 2 hours ahead in Eastern time. That means that's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time.